Hello everybody, and welcome to an energy reading and update from me, Rebecca.meisl, for July 11th through to the 18th. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me. I hope you all have been doing okay the past few weeks. I know that a lot of you have reached out and we've all been feeling a lot of that heaviness. A lot of us have been feeling those shadow sides coming forward for healing, for release. And it hasn't been easy, but I hope all of you have been keeping okay and doing the self-care. And I really hope that these energy updates help you. So they give you a bit of that heads up for the energies. But I'm super excited for this week ahead because we do have some really beautiful themes. And I definitely feel this lighter energy, this lightness that is continuing to come in now, as we're rediscovering ourselves, as we are healing. And it's really beautiful. As I was meditating this morning and really just tuning into the themes, it was just really reassuring. There's just so much support that wanted to come in. And I really felt like that was super important to relate to each and every single one of you, to know that you're not alone, to know you are supported in your journey. And even if you are still going through some of this healing and it's heavy and it's hard, know that your guides are there for you. I just really was feeling so much of support. And as I say this, I feel like a hand on my shoulder. So it's very much like you are supported. We're going to get through this, guys. I know it's been a little bit turbulent for most of us if we've been really doing that work and we've been really feeling into those emotions. But it's beautiful because it's really helping us really tune into that divine feminine energy, as I've been talking about for the past few weeks. So keep embracing it, keep moving forward, okay, my friends? So for this week, we have quite a bit to cover, so I'm going to try to do so in an appropriate amount of time here for us. But we have some big themes. So our first theme was clarity. So a lot of clarity coming through for us this week. I specifically was hearing on our life purpose. We have releasing the sad stories. We have transformation, hidden knowledge, connecting with earth energy, renewed appreciation. I was specifically getting this around our relationships this week. We have gratitude and joy, celebration and recognition of how far we've come, expanding worthiness and stepping into power, confidence renewed, meditation, careful spending, family unity, and truly embracing life, joy, and creativity. And last but not least, oneness and trust. So we have quite the beautiful week, and as I start, my throat chakra is immediately wanting to be part of this discussion. So I'm really feeling some clarity is definitely coming through this week. I keep wanting to clear my throat. So there's quite a bit around the throat chakra, and we're really needing to work with this chakra specifically this week was what I was really hearing. And it's all to help free us. It's all to help let go of these stories and of the illusions and sometimes the lies as well that we have been telling ourselves. You know, so this week we're going into that main theme. We're really getting a lot of clarity. We're getting a lot of truth that is going to be coming through this week, that is going to help us really recognize, see past the stories, to see past the shoulds, the shouldn'ts, the things we've told ourselves for so long that have been standing in the way of our greatness. And they're just showing me the path clearing because we're getting this clarity around who we are now as we've been doing this healing work. Excuse me. And there's been so much about this of really going in and going, okay, when I heal the story that I'm not enough, when I heal the story that says I can't, this confidence comes, this renewed power comes. And as we gain that clarity of who we actually are, and we begin to see ourselves in that soul definition, when we see ourselves in our entirety, not just as the filter that perhaps these stories have created, it helps us to really move into life purpose with more of this confidence that I'm really feeling this week is coming to the fore. So we're really learning to go into that and recognizing that whatever we truly enjoy the most, whatever lights us up the most, is really what is in alignment with our life purpose here. And we've been taught this illusion, we've been given this illusion through society that we need to be disciplined, we need to be doing the 9 to 5, we need to be doing those things, we need to look a certain way, we need to act a certain way for us to fulfill our happiness, for us to attain a successful life. But we're really unlearning this program. And I'm seeing this week, this clarity coming through where it's like, you know what? I am so done with trying to live my life in that specific way. I am so tired of trying to fit the mold that I clearly just don't fit. And I'm seeing us really going into what actually resonates with me. And they're really bringing forward meditation here. So it's like, if you're unsure what lights you up, what to do next, I'm just hearing go and meditate with this intention. What do I want to step into now? What brings me joy? And I'm seeing a lot of us journal, a lot of us go a little bit deeper into what that looks like, what that is. And they're really highlighting to prioritize this week. We're really being shown this combination of discipline, yes, but really applying it to our creativity, to the things that light us up, and prioritizing them in our lives, because most of us are still living in this story and in this program that they are not important, that work comes first or these obligations come first. But we are really hearing this week that joy, that love, that happiness, that spark within your soul is important, and it's just as important, if not more so, than these things that we've been taught need to come first. And so I'm really seeing this shift occur this week where it's like, you know what, actually, this is my human experience and I'm going to go with what resonates with me. And we're shifting this perspective, and it's really coming through. This clarity is coming through of what exactly that is for each and every single one of us as individuals. And it's really beautiful, because with this brings this ascension energy that I'm really feeling and tapping into this week, where it's almost like when we step further into joy, when we step further into that excitement and happiness as we do the things we love, as we gain that momentum, the more we're stepping up on that ascension ladder, because our vibration begins to rise, the more we're in that energy. And so this is doing so much for our spirituality, our souls, our physical selves. And I'm seeing so many of us bring ourselves out of perhaps this darkness that we've been feeling, this little cloud that I'm seeing over some of us still. And it's like, you know what? Yes, I might be going through some things still. Yes, I might be doing some deeper healing, working with my shadows. But you know what? That doesn't mean I have to suffer through my life. And we're learning to take the driver's seat. We're learning to claim freedom this week specifically. So it's really beautiful, and a lot of our guides are just applauding us for taking this control of life. And it's really, really beautiful. Next theme we have is releasing the sad stories. So with this, we are coming to this recognition of what lights us up. And this sometimes highlights where we've been stifled in life, where we've been held back. And perhaps I'm seeing a little bit of blame here shifting on others, and perhaps, situations we've been in. And that can sometimes generate that sadness, that resentment, that anger, whatever relates and resonates most with you. But what I'm really hearing with this releasing, we're really coming to this closure this week. And I'm seeing us fully go in and go, okay, I'm going to feel these emotions. I'm going to feel my sadness over this. I'm going to feel that story because I'm human, and I'm going to embrace that. But then I'm seeing us really let them go once and for all. And so they're really highlighting burning ceremonies this week. So writing whatever these situations are on paper and releasing them to the flame. Whatever works well for you, but I'm just seeing us do almost like ceremony and really honoring our emotions, really going into the sacredness of the human self, and really acknowledging this week that our emotions are powerful and that they are worthy of being heard. And this goes into this self-respect, because sometimes when we wake up and we feel heavy and we're not sure why, we need to go in, we need to honor what's coming forward for us. And so this week I'm hearing, yes, there's going to be a lot of joy and happiness and freedom, but first, we need to allow ourselves to really go into those stories that we still have and allow them to be free. Allow ourselves to willingly feel the full spectrum of them without tailoring them, without avoiding them or getting distracted. And I'm really seeing a lot of us the past few weeks, if we haven't been feeling the heaviness, what have you been doing to distract yourself from it? So they're kind of calling some of us out this week where it's like, okay, let's do this work. And have you been trying to busy yourself and distract yourself from this feeling of being heavy or feeling ungrounded or scattered? They're like, these are signals that your body and your intuition have been trying to tell you. So this week we're really being called, if we haven't been doing that work, or if this is another layer of that work, we're needing to go in again. So let yourself feel all those emotions and really go in with this space of compassion. So they really were highlighting this as well. When we're going into the sadness, when we're going into how we actually feel, let's not go in with this intense judgment. Because most of us do. We end up judging ourselves. We end up going on that loop of self-criticism or victim mentality, and we don't go in with this element of compassion. We start judging the situation, we start judging ourselves or judging others. And what we're being really called to do is yes, validate how you feel, that is for sure, but go in with this element, this new intention of gaining a deeper understanding of what you're going through, of what you have gone through, because I'm seeing a lot of our past come up here. So it's almost like this element of freeing ourselves from those sad stories and seeing how they've actually really helped us, gaining the clarity once more around what truly happened and how it might have happened for us. Really allow yourself to know and come in from that understanding, that higher vantage point, and getting that compassionate energy where it's going, okay, yes, I see this situation sucked. I see that this person hurt me, but how can I choose to see the bigger picture of this? How did I come out stronger? How did this teach me? And it's really coming to this element of true understanding and compassion for ourselves and for the human condition. So I'm seeing this really coming through in a beautiful way that liberates us. Instead of allowing those emotions to stifle or harvest, we are liberating them this week, which is really beautiful. So with this comes through transformation. So this next huge theme, which we have definitely been feeling. And it was really interesting because typically when I am shown transformation, I usually will be shown a symbol of either phoenix or butterfly or moth. Those tend to be the very strong symbols in the animal kingdom that really come to the fore. But what was really interesting was they showed me the owl this week. And specifically the snowy owl, which is pure white. And then I heard immediately after that, hidden knowledge. So the owl is so much this beautiful animal that is known for its wisdom, which is known to see through the dark, is known to be the hunter, and is that keeper of knowledge. And what I was really getting this week was this transformation is taking place in this area of our lives where we're really bringing hidden truth to light. We're gaining deeper insights into our healing, into our journey thus far. And it's almost like with this transformation, we're spearheading this new perspective. And that's exactly what I'm feeling. It's like this complete newness, this new versions of self, this new energy of you that we are calling in as we step into life purpose. And with that, we're really beginning to apply this in our everyday life, and we're beginning to see the hidden jewels, these hidden tidbits of knowledge, deeper truths that we perhaps have never seen before. And I'm seeing us apply this to, once again, our past, looking at it in a completely new way because we've changed. We're seeing things differently. We're gaining deeper insight. And I'm really getting this understanding is coming through, not only of our past, but how we're going to apply this knowledge to our future. We're beginning to trust the universe. We're beginning to see how the universe always has given us support, even if it hasn't felt like it. And we're really moving into this element of higher wisdom this week, which is really beautiful. And this really goes into trust and divine timing. And I'm seeing this really apply here as well, where we're beginning to cultivate a deeper relationship with the universe in complete trust, where we no longer are fearing. We're no longer worrying about our safety, about what the future may bring. And we're really learning to just trust the ebb and flow of life and allowing the universe to provide for us. And it's so beautiful. We're really learning to embrace what's happening in our earthly experience in the present moment. It's really cool. So next we have this theme of connecting with Mother Earth. So as a side note, I wrote creating solitude and sacred connection. So with that, I'm seeing a lot of us deepen that connection with Mother Gaia, with Earth energy, and that divine feminine, which is very much representative of that. And I'm seeing us really gain deeper insight into what that means for you, what that looks like for you. You know, even if you're in a city, how can you connect with nature more? How can you create a garden? How can you have plants? You know, how can you be out in the trees? And I'm seeing us really establish more of this sacredness, this relationship with the earth. You know, because we've been so disconnected, a lot of us throughout our lives. We've lost our connection with Earth. We've lost our connection with nature. And this is super highlighted this week, is that we're needing to connect with Mother Earth. We're needing to create this new relationship with her and renew it. And I'm seeing this solitude come in, where it's like your personal relationship with the earth. And really becoming mindful of that. You know, how are you helping Mother Earth? How do you want to show up for her? How are you contributing to her? And I'm seeing this beautiful, broader perspective come in of this earthly existence and how everything is so beautifully connected, this oneness aspect. And when we connect with Earth, we feel supported. We immediately become attuned to her frequencies, which help heal us, which help ground us, which help nurture us. And I'm seeing us integrate these new habits and these new insights more fully into our lives, where we really begin to create this solitude and sacred connection. It's really beautiful. And we then come into this renewed appreciation. So as we start cultivating this nurturing aspect, as we start embracing these deeper emotions and coming to these hidden insights, this hidden knowledge, I'm seeing this really dramatically affect our relationships and how we are viewing them. So this week, we're really getting this shift into gratitude, this shift into seeking out the good. And that's exactly what I'm seeing this week in our relationships. Before, I feel like the past few weeks, we might have been triggered, we might have been hurt, we might have been upset, and we still might be, you know, in those sad stories, right? But we're beginning to now this week shift that perspective from seeking out the negative and going now into forgiveness, acceptance, and true understanding of our relationships and where they stand now. Who really is there for you in your life? Who do you really want to be with every single day? Who brings that lightness, that beauty into your life? And how can you start seeking out the beauty in these relationships instead of seeking out the things that aren't working, the things that bother us? It's like, once again, renewing our perspectives and creating this new environment for them, where we're truly now expressing gratitude. So that's really coming to the fore here. And I'm seeing this theme of detoxing these relationships. So that being said, we're really becoming choosy of who we associate with, who's bringing us that light and love energy, and really being mindful of our energies specifically around people. And that is really coming up strong this week, where it's like, okay, if there's somebody I have an inkling about that I'm just not feeling, it's like, trust the vibe, trust your intuition, and allow yourself to move away from that experience. And we're learning that sometimes we need to trust ourselves over being nice, over being, keeping in tune with our manners, so to speak. Your energy is important. And as a side note, I'm just seeing some of us needing to cut out negativity and move into those relationships that really do give us the association that we need, that lifts us up, because that is so important as we move into our new selves and these new versions of self. We're needing friendships that support this version of you, that aren't going to pull you back, that are going to give you that momentum to keep moving forward. So I'm definitely seeing us be more selective in our relationships this week, and very, very mindful of how we are feeling energetically around others. And this brings us to this beautiful objective of gratitude, celebration, and joy. So with this, we're moving into this element of recognition of how we no longer want to relate with these old stories that say we can't be joyful, that we need to do this, that, and the other first before we can have joy, before we can be lit up. And I'm seeing us really shift this story this week, and we're really finding what we are happy about, what gives us joy, how can we really create this beauty no matter where we are in life. And it's truly these tools and life lessons that help us choose consciously to be happy no matter what. And it's really beautiful because this is giving us power. This is giving us this beautiful tool once again for no matter what happens, we know that we can seek out the good. We know that we're going to be okay, that we're going to choose ourselves, that we're going to show up for our inner child. And these become our main objectives. It's like we're unlearning these programs that have said, we should do this, we should do that. And we're really replacing them with, no, you know what? I only have a short time in this human experience, in this incarnation, and no matter what I'm going through, I am going to choose to find joy in my life. I'm going to choose to do the things that light me up, and that's okay. And I'm seeing us grant ourselves this permission this week where it's like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I should be doing my laundry right now, but you know what? I feel like I want to go outside. I feel like I want to go do this. And I'm seeing us give ourselves permission this week to just get creative, to do those things. And that's exactly what our guides have been really pushing us to do. And this ties into the worthiness, okay? Because it's like, no, you know what? I am worthy of joy. I am worthy just by being here. And this shifting happens, this expansion happens of worthiness, deservingness. And this helps us step and claim our power and gain confidence, because we're learning that, you know what? Yeah, maybe by society standards, maybe I'm not labeled successful yet. But you know what? Who cares? Do I really need to prove myself to others? And we're really learning that this element of oneness again, that we are not an exception. We are interconnected with this universe. And no matter what it is that we want, no matter what others have, we can have it too. And we're gaining this understanding that no matter where we are worthy. We are not the exception. And I really was hearing this loud and clear where it's like, take that guided chance. Allow yourself to step into what truly gives you joy, what truly expands your soul, that lights you up, and discover what that is if you don't know already. And it's like, why not take the risk? And I'm really hearing that this week where we're being guided, take this next step. Take the risk, even if it's not logical. See your worth, see your value, see how you are worth that thing, how you are worth stepping into your greatness, how you can start doing that. And I'm just really seeing this excitement come in, this newfound confidence come in. And if we're not feeling that way, I'm hearing positive affirmations. Mental repetition is the way to go. I heard, I am enough. I am strong. I am powerful. And I'm seeing us begin to create these new foundations that are really going to serve us later on. And so this is very important this week. I'm just hearing this is especially important for us to begin these affirmations, to build these building blocks of our foundation so we can grow strong from here. So when we do fully step into what we've been wanting to do, we're not swiftly knocked over. We're standing strong. We know our value. And so no matter how many knocks might come, we can withstand them. So really enforce positive affirmations this week. Enforce your deservingness. Take the risk. Take the chance. And release the story that says you need to be better than other people. You need to be this or that, or maybe everybody else is doing what you want to do. You are you. You are unique, and you are here to bring that uniqueness. So never feel like there's competition, my friends. Remember this lesson of oneness. Release the story of separation. Very strong key this week. Next, we have careful spending. So what I heard was some of us, as we get into this new momentum and we gain this excitement, some of us are needing to be mindful of how much money we're putting out. And so there was this element of like, okay, yes, we might feel good and we might want to just go, forget it. I just want to drop all this money because I want what I want. And they're just saying, be mindful of any impulsive spending this week. And I'm really hearing just building those long-term goals for success. So financially, we're getting this advice to be mindful of our money and to be mindful of making those long-term investments. So putting money aside for yourself, savings, and investing wisely in things that will help you gain your life and long-term goals. And that's what I'm seeing really come to the fore here is it's like this planning of this new direction we want to go and this excitement that comes, and then applying the logic and discipline in the area of our spending this week. Last but not least, we have truly embracing life, family unity, and love. So I'm really seeing us come to this space of, once again, our relationships, and specifically the family unit. We're really learning what family means for us the past few weeks, and I see that continuing. And I'm really seeing us, though, come to this space of harmony with this, where it's like, okay, now I know where I stand. Now I know what I want family to look like for me. And I'm seeing us have these proper, healthy boundaries put in place. And I'm seeing us really step into this element of love now, because there's actually this full cup within us. If we've been doing the self-care, if we're learning to prioritize ourselves, it's like now we know, okay, this is my boundary. I still can be there for my family. I still can help out, but I'm not going to overextend, okay? And we have this balance that's coming in within our family unit, and I'm seeing a lot of us wipe the slate clean is what they're showing me, where it's like, okay, I'm releasing these sad stories this week. I'm releasing the stories that have said I need to suffer, or I need to still resent, or I still need to feel this way. It's like, no, you know what? I'm going to let that story go. I'm going to embrace joy. I'm going to find the good within my family, and I'm just going to love them and accept them for who they are, wherever they are in their journey. And I'm seeing this equilibrium come in, this harmony and love that really is transcending any hurts, any arguments, and I'm seeing this peace resume. Really, really beautiful. And with this dips into truly embracing life. Once again, recognizing this is our human experience, and it really is what we make of it. It really is precious. It is sacred. And I'm seeing us come to this recognition, and we're releasing these restrictions that we once put on our joy, that we once put on our love, that we once put on our creativity. And I'm seeing us really just deep dive into this human life. never taking it for granted. And once again, this brings this freedom, this brings opportunity, this opens new doors, this raises our vibration, this brings us to this awareness of trust, trusting ourselves, trusting that we are confident that we can get through anything, trusting the universe, trusting that it will always be there, that we are supported, and that everything is happening within perfect timing. And it's this beautiful full circle that we're seeing come to this completion this week, where all the deep healing, all the hurts, the wounds that we've been recognizing and working with are coming to beautiful transformation. And it's this absolutely stunning combination of these energies of love, acceptance, closure, joy, happiness, and enthusiasm that I'm really seeing highlighted this next week. So really allow yourselves to deep dive into what lights you up, my friends. Don't hold back. Make the most of this human experience. Make the most of this time. Embrace the ebb and flow, the highs, the lows, and love yourself all the way through. Give yourself understanding. Give yourself compassion. Allow yourself to heal, because ultimately you are worth it, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed this week's reading. We have some beautiful themes to enjoy this week, so I really do wish you all the best moving forward. So I'm sending you all so much love and light. If you need support, if you need a session, please reach out. I'm taking new clients at this time. I'm also doing some Reiki trainings online at your own pace or with me.